For the first time in the 2024 football season, the Walnut Hills Eagles are going on the road. There, they'll try to right the ship and write a new chapter of a new age rivalry in the ECC as they take on the 0-3 Little Miami Panthers here in Morrow. I'm Graham Dunwoody. I'll be walking you through tonight's proceedings on the Sportscasting channel, and welcome to Morrow. And a win tonight would not only mark the Eagles' first ECC victory in 3 years, but it would also all but lock up a spot in the Division I Region 4 playoffs that these Eagles have not been to since 2021. But first, a few injury updates. Ty Austin was a full participant in warm-ups. He is likely to play. Braylon Coleman, sophomore defensive end, had the medical staff tape both his right arm and his right leg. He is questionable. Same with linebacker Jonathan Jackson Jr., who hasn't played in 2 weeks. He is also questionable. Center Brady Nolman.
By play, Little Miami alma mater.
Center Brady Nolman, freshman, was injured last week against Turpin. He is out. He had a walking boot on his left leg. So it's likely that center Jaden Miller will be sliding over once again to make the start tonight. It's the Eagles and Panthers here in Morrow. We'll be back in a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and remove your headgear for a presentation of the colors in the play of the national anthem. Presenting the colors today are Little Miami High School Air Force Junior ROTC color guard under the command of Cadet Lyndon Eastep. Carrying the American flag and commanding today's color guard is Cadet Evan Reed. Carrying Ohio flag is Cadet Kristen Shotwell. Cadet Casey Campbell and Cadet Abigail Collins are this afternoon's guards.
With the national anthem complete, we're just a few minutes away from getting underway. Now it's time for team walkouts. The Walnut Hills Eagles will enter from a side door in a shed adjacent to the north end zone. They are 1-2, led by head coach G. Benjamin Miles in his second year. He is 1-12 as a Walnut Hills Eagle. But that 1 3 weeks ago was oh so sweet. They're looking to make that a 2 and sew up a playoff berth tonight. Little Miami will come out after them. They come out of a giant panther float, which is admittedly more interesting than what they give Walnut. They just walk along a track. It's also Military Appreciation Night and First Responder Appreciation Night here at Little Miami Panthers Stadium. Before the game, they were honored with a ceremony stating their name, their rank, and how many years they had been in service. So a sweet little ceremony there to honor them before the Panthers and Eagles do battle. Walnut has reached the entrance gate. At the front of the line, Donovan Gale, as well as Ty Austin, who we hope will be playing his first full game since the West High game 3 weeks ago. Walnut has not scored a touchdown since he got hurt. First, the Panthers come out onto the field. They are led by first-year head coach Aaron Chenaltz, who is 0-3 as a Panther. He's hoping to get his first win tonight. This will also be his first home game as the head coach of Little Miami. He was 0. He had played 3 straight road games to start his career, so this will be his first time in front of this big and raucous Panther fan base. They walk out slowly onto the field with some of the honorees from Military Appreciation Night, and they are led by senior linebacker Eli Schulman at the front of the line. They run to the sideline in front of their big crowd. There were some nice tailgates going on as I drove in. And now here come the Eagles. The front of their line, Jonathan Jackson Jr., sophomore linebacker who we hope is back from injury. Greeted by a smattering of applause from this lighter Walnut crowd. Almost a 45-minute drive from one school to the other, so it's the toughest drive for a road game in almost the entire ECC.
50-yard line, 11 game ball specialist Kevin Schultz and Sergeant First Class Michael Dickhouse of the Ohio Army National Guard. Good evening. On behalf of the leadership of Little Miami Schools, we warmly welcome you to Little Miami High School for tonight's matchup featuring our guests from Walnut Hills High School and your Little Miami Panthers. Little Miami and Walnut Hills High Schools are members of the Ohio High School Athletic Association and abide by the high standards of conduct, competition, and respectful relations as member schools. The student athletes competing are friendly rivals. Play may be fierce. All in attendance are reminded that this is a game between young adults and sporting behavior is expected. Let's make this contest great by remembering to respect the game. The officials assigned to this contest have been selected according to the procedures adopted by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Eastern Cincinnati Conference. Our game officials are Michael Condon, Doug Hines, Ryan Condon, Tyrone Gregory, and Skanky Gibbon.
So after that introduction, the teams will trot out onto the field. Walnut won the toss, defer to the second half, and so they will kick this Little Miami offense. Last week, Little Miami lost 64-0 at Anderson. That was the biggest margin of defeat in an ECC game in the conference's history. Back deep to receive, the ever-dangerous senior return man, Mitchell Lyons, who one of the top ECC players in terms of return average. Colin Ross, back to kick. Approaches the ball, kicks with his right foot, low kick. Fielded about the 31-yard line, moved to the 33, Cam Everett to the 34, and that's where he's dumped at the 35-yard line by freshman Cam Coulibaly. So that's where Little Miami will start their first drive. They've rotated 3 quarterbacks. First touch went to senior transfer Jashawn Sandhar from Lakota East. Returning passing yards leader Luke Brusaw also saw time. And it will be Sandhar who will come out to take the first snap. Flanked by Peyton Blackburn. 1st and 10 from the Little Miami 35 to start off this game. Sandhar back to pass, hands Blackburn, going left side of the 35 to the 40. Blackburn passed the man to the 45 and taken out at about the 48-yard line. A first down in the play for Peyton Blackburn, a 13-yard pickup.
Gain of 13 and a Panther first down.
And we're hoping that Walnut can contain the run a little bit better than last week when Turpin running back Joey Gardner went off. 1st and 10 at the Panther 48-yard line. Blackburn behind Sandhar. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Sandhar ready for the snap, takes it, hands Blackburn, running middle of the field, taken down quickly. And blowing that play up is sophomore linebacker Eli Newman. He got in there and tackled Blackburn for a loss of 1. It'll be 2nd down and long. So Peyton Blackburn, listed on the Panther roster as a wide receiver, now stands behind Sandhar in a pistol look, heavy set for the Panthers. 2nd down and 11. Sandhar shifts Blackburn off his left-hand hip, and someone jumps. Offsides on the Eagles as they bit on a snap count. That'll give 5 free yards to the Panthers. And this first road game, it'll be tough to avoid these pre-snap penalties. Ball moved up to the 48 of Walnut. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Blackburn behind Sandhar in a pistol. Sandhar takes the snap, hands Blackburn, running right side, running in with the trouble and is tackled quickly. That's a loss of about 3, and in there to blow that play up was senior defensive tackle Donovan Gale. Push Blackburn back to about the 49-yard line. The ball is spotted at midfield. It's 3rd down and 8. Donovan Gale, the anchor of this defensive line. 2 tackles for loss on this sequence. 3rd down and 8. 1 receiver right, 3 to the left. Trevor Miller, the tight end. Man goes in motion. Sandhar back to pass. Rolls left. And running out of time. And it's off the hands of Lyons. And then he's tackled hard by Hoskins way after the play. And that's going to be a penalty on Walnut.
Flag after the play for unsportsmanlike.
As Sandhar was pressured by Braylon Coleman, he threw it desperately in the direction of Lyons. It was off his hands, but then Deshaun Hoskins engaged way after the play was already over, slammed Lyons to the ground. And instead of a punt, it'll be a 1st down for Little Miami at the 35-yard line. So perhaps a little too antsy in this rivalry matchup. 2 receivers right, 1 left, 6 in the line. Blackburn the lone setback behind Sandhar. Miller motions across the line. Sandhar takes the snap. Blackburn handoff and stopped. And now he gets out of the pile and moves to about the 31. So Blackburn kept his legs turning for a couple extra yards. The leading rusher on this team is sophomore running back Walker Brusaw. but he has not taken any snaps as it's been all day Blackburn to start off this game. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Blackburn, the lone setback behind Sandhar, 2nd and 6 from the Walnut 31. Sandhar takes a snap, back to pass. Running out of time, Sandhar rushes middle of the field to the 30, Sandhar to the 25 to the 22, and that's where he's tackled hard by linebacker Xander Hargis. But Jayshawn Sandhar picks up a first down with his legs, pushes the ball to the Walnut 23-yard line, 1st and 10, Little Miami.
Gain of 7 and a Panther first down.
So aided by the penalty on Hoskins, Little Miami driving on this opening series. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Blackburn, the lone setback behind Sandhar. Sandhar takes a snap, back to pass, hands to Blackburn, and Blackburn is cut down after a gain of almost nothing. In there on the stop, Jonathan Jackson Jr. as well as Donovan Gale. 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 23 of Walnut. Very much in field goal range for Little Miami kicker Gunnar Hoffman. He's one of the best in the conference. Two receivers each side. Broussard enters the game for the first time behind Sandhar, the lone setback. 2nd down and 10. Snap to Sandhar, back to pass. Throws middle of the field, and it is caught at the 5. Neltner into the end zone. Touchdown, Little Miami. As Jayshawn Sandhar's first pass completion is his first touchdown at Little Miami. They score in their opening drive, and it's 6-0 Panthers. Cody Neltner, his 2nd touchdown catch of the season. And now Hoffman on for the extra point out of the hold of junior quarterback Camden Fox. Snap is good, kick is up, and it is good. And Gunnar Hoffman extends the Little Miami lead 7-0 here in the first quarter, 7:13 on the clock. And despite a couple of promising plays, a touchdown pass from Jayshawn Sandhar to Cody Neltner give Little Miami an early lead. So now Hoffman will run back out there as the place kicker. That's a different kicker, actually. Back to receive Braylon Dennis and Jason Nicholas. So they make a change from last week. Back to kick is senior A.J. Baldwin. Ball is placed on the tee at the 40. Baldwin approaches the ball and kicks high with his right foot. Nicholas fields at about the 11. Runs to the 15, cuts left side of the 20. Nicholas evades the man to the 30. Nicholas to the 35, comes back to the middle of the field to the 40, and he's taken down at the 42. So a good first return for Jason Nicholas. And Walnut will have good field position to start off this drive.
Nicholas on the return. Tackled by Grayer Williams.
Little Miami wide receiver Grayer Williams made that tackle. So Walnut offense will come out there. Last week they did not get a first down in their 30-7 loss to Turpin. They need to do better than that here. Ty Austin will be here to start the game as they line up in a double wing set. Robinson, the lone setback. And we got a whistle. Quarterback Will Rivers making his 4th start of the year. 33% pass completion, 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Snap to Rivers, back to pass, throws right side, and the ball is low and at the feet of Ty Austin. It's incomplete. Rivers got rid of it quickly without setting his feet and could not get enough air under it to get it to Austin. It's 2nd down and 10. Jaden Miller, the center. Eric Johnson at left guard. I believe that's his first start. Double wing set. They motion Austin across the line. Hand to Robinson going in the middle, and he's tackled quickly. First contact was made by junior defensive lineman Chase Marshall. Robinson gets almost nothing, if that. It'll be a loss of a yard. 3rd down and 11.
Hoskins on the carry. Tackle for a loss of 1.
So Simeon Robinson does not get much to start off this game. Now wanted to go to a spread formation. Single wing, 2 receivers right, 1 left. Austin's the wing. Robinson off Rivers' left hip. Rivers back to pass. Pressure coming. Rolls out to the right side. Rivers wants to air it out. Throws right side, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Jeremiah Thornton at about the 49. It wouldn't have been enough for a first down. So the Walnut offense goes 3 and out to start this game.
Pass is incomplete.
Rivers 0 for 2. And those accuracy problems we've seen have not gone away here in Morrow. Colin Ross back to punt. Mitchell Lyons to return. Ross standing at his own 28-yard line. Snap to Ross. Back to kick. Punt is blocked. And Neltner is going to grab it at about the Walnut 20. Cody Neltner broke to the middle of the line and dove at Ross's punt. Got the block, and it'll set up Little Miami in the red zone for their second drive. So Cody Neltner catches the touchdown and then blocks a punt. This is what we saw from the Little Miami special teams in last year's matchup. Consistently great, and the first punt attempt by Colin Ross that he did not get off. So now Sandhar and the Little Miami offense will have the ball at the Walnut 21. 1st and 10. Broussard behind Sandhar. Broussard shifts to Sandhar's left hip. Sandhar gets the snap, hands to Broussard, running middle of the field and gets almost nothing. Maybe 1. He was tackled by Jared Ross, senior linebacker.
On the carry, gain of 1.
Give him a yard. 2nd down and 9 from the Walnut 20. They enter the red zone. Sandhar, 1 pass completion, but it was a big one. The touchdown to Cody Neltner. Hoffman enters the game at wide receiver. He's on the left side alongside Lyons. 2 receivers to the right as well. Bruce saw the lone setback. Sandhar back to pass. Sandhar pressure coming, right side. Caught by Hoffman. An acrobatic catch, and the ball was forced away as Sandhar's pass was inaccurate. And Gunnar Hoffman could not fall in a difficult catch as Braylon Dennis forced the ball away from him. It's 3rd down and 8.
Correction is complete.
No, they ruled a complete pass. It looked like the ball skittered away from Hoffman, but they ruled a completion. It's 3rd down and 1. Now at the 12. So Gunnar Hoffman makes an acrobatic catch after a quick review. 3rd down and 1. 2 receivers each side. Bruce saw the lone setback behind Sandhar. Sandhar back to pass. Pressure coming, rolling. Right side, Sandhar gonna try and run to the 15. Throws end zone, and it's incomplete. He was throwing toward the direction of Mitchell Lyons, but he could not get it, and it'll be 4th and 1. Decision time for head coach Chenault. .4:31 to play, first quarter. Little Miami 7, Walnut nothing. And a blocked punt has set up Little Miami deep in Walnut territory. Offense going to stay out there. Neltner Lyons wide left. Miller and Grayer Williams wide to the right. Sandhar runs under center, going to try and sneak it. It'll be close. He went to the ground quickly. Braylon Coleman was there. And it's a 1st down.
Sandhar on the keeper.
Jay Sean Sandhar got just enough to get the 1st down. First down and 10 at the Walnut 11. So that little QB sneak got just enough for the Panthers to move the chains after that acrobatic catch by Hoffman on second down. Now they'll line up in a trips bunch to the left with one to the right. That's Gray or Williams. Sandhar gets the snap, hands Broussard, running right side, and he makes a tackle to the 5. Broussard down to the goal line. Taken down at about the 2. Didn't get in the end zone, but very close. Walker Broussard. Second down and 1 at about the 2-yard line. Sandhar quickly to the line. Hands Broussard, left side, breaks a tackle into the end zone. Touchdown, Little Miami. The first touchdown in the varsity career of sophomore running back Walker Broussard. And Little Miami cashes in the blocked punt by Neltner for a touchdown. It's 13-0 here in the first quarter. Hoffman on for the extra point out of the hold of Fox. Snap low, kick, and the kick is blocked. Blocked away as Xander Hargis, linebacker, got in there after the low snap to Fox and blocked the kick of Hoffman. That'll keep the score at 13-0. So now a blocked kick for each team to start off this game. 13-0 the score. 3:38 to play, quarter number 1. Little Miami has scored on both their drives. Walnut netted -1 yard in the first quarter. A.J. Baldwin puts the ball on the tee for his second kickoff. Dennis and Nicholas, the return men. We'll see where Baldwin kicks it. And he'll kick it toward Nicholas. Steps back to about the 5 and handles it. Runs to the 10, middle of the field. Has to go a long way, and he's brought down quickly inside the 15 by senior defensive back Cam Everett. So Nicholas's gambit to try to go to the middle of the field for extra yardage did not pay off that time. It'll be a long field to the 15 for Walnut.
He's going to go to the 15-yard line. It would be first and 10.
So the Walnut offense comes back out. Fight Master at tight end will replace Thornton in the usual 4-receiver set. Austin the wing. 7 men on the line. Robinson off Rivers' left hip, 2 receivers to the right. Man goes in motion. Rivers hands Robinson running right side. 15 to the 18, and that's where Robinson is brought down by linebacker Tanner Meadows, the ECC's leading tackler. They'll give Robinson the 17-yard line, a pickup of 2 at 2nd and 8. So Robinson in his first year as the varsity starter in his senior season. Been struggling to get anything going. 2 receivers each side. Walnut spreads it out. Now they send Bronson toward the line to the left side. He'll line up in a trips bunch on the left. Snap to Rivers, back to pass, looking left side, going to try and scramble to the 20, and that's where he's taken down awkwardly by linebacker Landon McCray. He'll pick up a couple, but not much more than that. 3rd down and 5.
35.
Walnut looking to get a first down finally. Thornton re-enters the game. The brothers on opposite sides. 2 receivers each side. They're spreading it out. Robinson off of Rivers' left hip. 3rd down and 5. At the 20. Rivers back to pass. Throws quickly right side. Caught at the 25 and going down at about the 27. That's Mark Bronson. And that will be a Walnut first down
Rivers pass complete to
for the first time since the Milford game. Walnut move the chains. Bronson picks up 8 on the one read pass from Rivers. It's 1st and 10. So Mark Bronson, the Eagles' leading receiver, gets the first completion from Will Rivers today. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Austin on the wing. 1st and 10. They send Austin in motion. They hand to Robinson going out the middle of the field, and he is tackled very quickly. It's going to be a loss of a couple. Landon McCray once again in there. Robinson had nowhere to run. Eli Schulman also on that tackle. And 2nd and long. They'll give Robinson a loss of 1. It'll be 2nd and 11. One of the problems with that offense is they have Austin going behind Robinson, which basically means that Walnut's running into a box that has 1 more guy than they do. 2 receivers each side, 2nd and 11. Robinson off of Rivers' left hip. Little Miami sneaks to the line. Here comes pressure. Rivers lofts it toward Austin at the 45, and Austin stepped out of bounds. He made a good catch, but they say that Austin did not get a foot down in bounds. Neltner on the coverage, 3rd down and long. So almost a really good catch there from Austin. Did not get a foot in, 3rd and long. And Walnut will spread it out. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Broussard make that Robinson off Rivers' left hip. Blitz coming. Rivers rolls to the left. He's chased. He throws to the sideline. And Thornton, he got a foot in at about the 41, did he?
Rivers pass is incomplete.
No, they'll do once again say that although Thornton made the catch, he did not get a foot in, and that'll be 4th down, and Walnut will punt again. So 2 almost catches were not catches. And Colin Ross and the punt team will come back out down 13-0. Lions standing at the Little Miami 40, ready to get the punt from Ross, who hopefully can get it off this time. And Ross clapped, didn't get the snap, and now
Timeout taken by Walnut Hills.
Walnut will take a timeout with 38 seconds to go in the 1st quarter. So maybe a miscommunication where they were just trying to draw the Panthers off sides for extra yardage. So after a short break, punt team will come back out. And you really just got to stop another disaster. You have to make this Little Miami offense work. Snap to Ross is high, but he gets the punt away. Lions feels it at about the 40 with Nicholas screaming down. He makes a man miss, but he is tackled. A solid shoestring tackle made by linebacker Xander Hargis. Only a turn about 3 or 4 for Lions. They'll give Lions the 45-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Little Miami offense. 29 seconds in the 1st quarter clock. So a 1st down on that drive for Walnut, but 2 toe tap catches by Austin and Thornton were not ruled as such. Sandhar and the Little Miami offense will come back over drive number 3. Blackburn behind Sandhar, the lone setback. Charlie Whitaker will come in for Little Miami, a new receiver. Blackburn now flanks Sandhar, who's back to pass here. Pressure coming. Sandhar rolls to the right. We got a flag down, and it's caught at the 49-yard line by Whitaker. We'll see what the flag is. That was in the backfield at about the 37. Should be a hold on the Panthers.
Flag holding.
That'll back him up 10 to about the 35 and give this Walnut defense, some room to work behind the chains. Jacob Ramirez now in at linebacker for the Eagles. New face that we haven't seen alongside Eli Newman. They make that Jordan Harris. So no new face. Leule Mesfin lines up at linebacker, opposite side of Coleman. 1st and 20. Walnut crowds the line and now steps back. Sandhar hands Blackburn, running right side of the 36, and an excellent form tackle made by sophomore linebacker Eli Newman for a short gain, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. So Little Miami 13-0 lead. A first drive touchdown and a blocked punt. The sources of Little Miami's advantage.
We'll close out the first quarter.
We'll take a break and we can come back in a minute on Graham's Sportscasting channel. We are back for second quarter of play. 2nd down and 18. And Jay-Sean Sandhar, who earlier threw for his first career touchdown pass. First at Little Miami, rather. Back out there. 2nd down and 18. Blackburn flanking Sandhar to his right. They motion a man. Sandhar is back to pass. He's pressured immediately. And the pass is dangerous and almost intercepted by Deshaun Hoskins. It was low, intended for Mitchell Lyons. Braylon Coleman put immediate pressure on Sandhar. He just had to try and get a quick hitter, and it was nearly picked by Hoskins. Defense leads the league in takeaways. It'll be 3rd and 18. As Walnut defense looks to get a stop for the first time today. After the 1st and 10 holding penalty on the Panthers. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. That's Gray or Williams. They'll leave Parker Rowan and Island with him. They send a man in motion. Sandhar, panicking, runs to the right side. Sandhar throws for Lyons at the 50, and Lyons drops it. He almost made a really good catch along the sidelines. They'll throw a flag. As the ball flooded out of his hands, he was hit by Parker Rowe. They're going to throw a flag on the hit. That one is much more debatable than the slam by Hoskins earlier. Parker Rowe hit Lyons before it was clear that he did not have the ball in his hands, was just trying to make a football play. Refs don't agree. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers at the 50. They will not. There are no automatic first downs in high school football, so it will not be an automatic first down. It'll go from 3rd and 18 to 3rd and 3. As the personal foul on Hoskins and now Parker Rowe both extended Panther drive, when otherwise they would have had to punt. They'll again leave Parker Rowe on an island against Lions. 3rd down and 3. Little Miami goes to a wing set. Sandhar and Walnut jumps. Xander Hargis got across the line. Donovan Gale is screaming at him after he tried to time up the snap, got it wrong, jumped off sides, and gave Little Miami a first down. So Xander Hargis, a costly penalty there. Fourth penalty of the game on Walnut. As those hard counts have gotten to him. Little Miami in a wing, 1st and 10 at the Walnut 43-yard line. They sneak up to the line. Sandhar takes the snap, hands going up the middle, and nothing doing. Almost immediately was tackled by linebacker Xander Hargis, who just had the penalty, as Broussard had nowhere to run. Lost 2 yards back to the Walnut 45. It'll be 2nd down and 12. So those havoc plays are still there for this defense, just too many penalties to really get off the field. Under 11 to play in the half. A new receiver comes in, Cam Finley for the Panthers. 2nd and 12. Broussard behind Sandhar. They send a man in motion across the line. They pitch it to him. And Grayer Williams turns upfield and will not have much. He was hit hard out of bounds by linebacker Eli Newman. It'll be a pick of about 2 or 3. Get him back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and long. Third and 10 from the Walnut 43. Broussard, the lone setback behind Sandhar. Back to pass, Sandhar. Pressure coming, throws across the middle. It is high and incomplete in the direction of Neltner. He was again hit after the snap by Dennis, but again, finally no flag on that defensive play by Dennis. It'll be 4th down, and for the first time, they'll force the Little Miami offense off the field. It'll be a punt for Gunnar Hoffman. Deshaun Hoskins, the returner, back deep. High snap to Hoffman. He's back to punt. He gets it away. It's a high kick. Hoskins at about the 10 will let it roll to the 5, to the bounces into the end zone. And a little bit of fighting between Jared Ross and Cam Everett away from the play. No flag thrown on that, but a touchback as Hoskins widely let it roll into the end zone. It'll get him better field position than whatever he was going to get there. And the 3rd drive for this Walnut offense, they picked up 1 first down so far. Starting at the 20-yard line. 9:41 to play in quarter number 2. Walnut trails 13-0. Heavy set, double wing. There's only 1 receiver out left. Rivers, option play, Robinson left side, and he's taken down after a gain of about 1. Tackle made there by linebacker Cody Neltner. So the plays out of the heavy set just have not been working.
Robinson on the carry, taken by Neltner.
No gain for Robinson. 2nd and 10 as Joshua Thornton enters the game and wanted to go to their 4-receiver set. Nine minutes to play in quarter number 2. Walnut looking for some offense. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Rivers ready for the shotgun snap. He takes it. Pressure comes instantly. Screen pass goes Austin, and Austin is wrapped up, but he pushes himself forward for a gain of about 8. Tanner Meadows had the play read. Austin just out-physicaled him and gained about 8 yards. It'll be 3rd down and short. Give him 9 to the 29. Third and a long 2 for the Walnut offense. Fight Master trots onto the field as the tight end. They're probably going to go heavy again. And when that happens, they usually run. Walnut lines up heavy. Double wing, Bronson out wide to the right. And they'll try to play against the stacked box here. Austin goes in motion. Low snap, picked up Austin, but he's not going to have any space as Neltner gets back and makes an open field tackle.
Austin picks up the
As Meadows and Neltner came screaming off the right side and got to Austin immediately. And it'll be another 3 and out for the Walnut offense.
loss of 8 on the play will bring 4th and 10. Ball at the 20-yard line.
Good on Austin to avert even bigger disaster, but 3rd and 2 play out of the heavy set did not go how Walnut wanted it to. And now Ross will kick the line, standing about the Little Miami 45. High snap goes to Ross. Pressure coming. Ross gets it away. It's a low one, and it'll take a Little Miami bounce, and it'll be down at about the Walnut 47 by wide receiver Jason Nicholas.
47-yard line.
So a solid punt given the circumstances by Colin Ross. Goes for about 27 yards. It'll be Jay-Sean Sandhar and the Little Miami offense coming back out there. Blackburn behind Sandhar. 1st and 10 from the Walnut 47. 7:13 to play in the half. Walnut sneaks up to the line. Sandhar takes the snap, hands Blackburn, running left side. Through a hole to the 45, to the 40, and gets forward to about the 38-yard line. That's where he's taken down by linebacker Eli Newman. Give Blackburn about 8. It'll be 2nd down and short. Make it a 1st down. Wait. Yeah, chains moving shortly. Took a while for refs to make a ball spot, but they put it at the 37, enough for a Little Miami 1st down on the run by Blackburn. Blackburn ready for the snap out of the pistol. Hand goes to Blackburn, and Harris can't make the tackle to the 30, to the 27, and finally taken down from behind by linebacker Jared Ross. But another good run for Peyton Blackburn. It'll be another 1st down. 2 on the drive for Peyton Blackburn.
It'll be 1st and 10 at the 27.
Harris trots off the field, replaced by Dayron Acklin. Am I mistaken? 1st and 10. Sandhar back to pass. He hands Broussard, running in the middle of the 25, and that is where he's tackled. Forced back by a swarm of Walnut defenders, including defensive back Braylon Dennis. Give him 2 yards. 2nd and 8 from the 25. Little Miami taking their time here. Broussard remains the lone setback behind Sandhar. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. That's Hoffman. Motion to the right. We got a little bit of a jump. Broussard is taken down quickly behind by Deshaun Hoskins for almost nothing.
Walker Broussard.
Thought a Walnut player might have stepped over the line, but no yellow flag is thrown. Loss of 1 on the tackle by Hoskins. It's 3rd and long. Third down and 9 from the Walnut 26. Neltner trots off the field, replaced by Hoffman. He goes to the left, 2 receivers right, 2 left. Broussard standing behind Sandhar on 3rd down and 9. And a whistle will stop play. A timeout is called.
Timeout taken by the Panthers.
By Little Miami. It'll be their first of the half with 4:32 on the second quarter clock.
We want to thank Mercy and Orthopedic for Sports Medicine for providing Little Miami team physician Dr. Ed Markensky for tonight's game. Markensky has convenient hours at the Mason office should you or your loved one need orthopedic care. Visit mercy.com/ortho or call 513-347-9999 to schedule an appointment.
Walnut defense comes back out. Acklin, the top safety, making his second, marks his second game of a lot of snaps. I don't think he made the start though, in either the Turpin or the Walnut or the Little Miami game. 3rd and 9 from the 26. Sandhar lines up with Broussard the lone setback. 2 receivers each side. Big play here. Broussard motions to Sandhar's right side. Sandhar's back to pass. Pressure coming. Sandhar's trying to spin away. He does. Gets to the 25. Runs to the 21 and forced out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. We'll see where they spot him. It'll be 4th down and short. 4th and about 1. Last time in the situation, Coach Chenault was aggressive and went for it. Ball spotted at the 19. 4th down and 2. They need the 17 for a first down. Two receivers each side. Broussard behind Sandhar. One even looking for a big stop. Snap to Sandhar. Hands Broussard, middle of the field, and he gets the first down, it looks like, to about the 18.
Broussard, a ball carrier.
We'll see where they put it. Coach Miles pleading with the chain gang. And they will call it a turnover on downs. Walnut gets the stop. Little Miami PA announcer audibly disappointed. Jonathan Jackson Jr. on the tackle. Stopped Broussard a hair short of the first down. And the Walnut defense gets on the field for a second straight drive. Walker Broussard tackled just short of the line to gain. Gives the ball back to this Walnut offense with a chance to score before halftime. Three receivers right, one left in the spread. Robinson the lone setback behind Rivers. 1st and 10. Rivers is back to pass. He throws to the right side, caught by Austin. And Austin can't evade the tackle. Caught at about the 24, then was tackled by Tanner Meadows, linebacker.
Rivers passes.
Forward progress should give Austin about the 24-yard line. Gain of 6. 2nd down and 4. Walnut offense back to the line quickly. Now they set up in a single wing. Now Austin motions off to the left. Under 4 to play. 2 receivers each side. Rivers back to pass. Pressure coming. Rivers throws deep. Got a man Thornton. He's caught it at the 445 of Little Miami. Rivers a deep ball over the middle to Joshua Thornton. And a flag thrown at the end of the play. Really late. Thornton beat defensive back Isaiah James. We'll see what this flag is. At the very end of the play, 2 flags came flying in.
A special penalty after the play.
And they will give an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty to Joshua Thornton for showboating after his big catch, it looks like. Still a big gain for Thornton, but a lot of it will be neutralized. Ball is spotted at the Walnut 40 A fresh set of downs for this Eagle offense. Biggest pass in a while by Will Rivers. 1st and 10 from the Walnut 40. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Robinson behind Rivers, who's back to pass now. Rivers pressured and eaten alive and sacked. Pressure got to him in a hurry. That was Austin Beaver, linebacker, who got to Rivers on a blitz and brought him to the turf. Make it Daniel DiFrancesco, junior defensive lineman. 2nd and 17, ball at the Walnut 34, as the pass pro did not give Rivers time to throw. 2 receivers each side, they stay in the spread. Rivers back to pass, blitz coming, Rivers rolls to the right. He's pressured, he throws to the right, looking for Austin, but it's out of his reach. He was guarded by linebacker Tanner Meadows. And a flag thrown now very late in the general direction of Jeremiah Thornton. That was thrown late, well after the play was over. And it's going to be another sideline warning. It's going to be a sideline warning against the Walnut
Hills
coaching staff. Maybe Coach Mao was a little up in someone's business. 3rd down and long. First sideline warning is no big deal, but now 6 penalties in the first half on Walnut Hills. Third and 17. Offensive line and Robinson in pass blocking got to hold up here to give Rivers time to throw. Rivers is back to pass. Pressure's coming. Throws right side. Bronson makes the catch at the 35. Goes to the 40. Bronson to the 45 and taking that at about the 46-yard line. It was dragged down from behind by linebacker Cody Neltner. That'll give Walnut about 13 yards. 4th and 4. Rivers goes to the sideline. We'll see what they're going to do here. And they're going to keep the offense on the field. Walnut wants some points. 4th down and 4 from the Walnut 46. After the 13-yard completion from Rivers to Bronson. 2 receivers each side. Robinson behind Rivers in the spread. And the Little Miami jumps off sides, it looks. And just before it happens, Coach Aaron Chenault calls a timeout to avoid a 1st down. That would have been Little Miami's first penalty of the day. It was senior defensive lineman D.C. Clutter who jumped into the neutral zone, but just before he did, Coach Chenault realized what was happening and called a timeout. 1:37 to play on the first half clock. Walnut trails 13-0. Both of Little Miami's touchdowns came in their first 2 drives. Let's see what personnel's coming out, and it's the offense. So Walnut not relenting. They're going to try and get some points before the half. They get the ball to start the second half. There's a chance to cut into the lead, but they need a 1st down here. 4th and 4. They line up in a single wing with Thornton as the wing. 2 receivers left. Bronson alone to the right. They send Thornton in motion as the H-back in an I now, and Rivers trying to get him to jump off sides, nothing doing. And it'll be a timeout for Walnut. That's their 2nd, so 1 for each side. And now we'll see what they want to do. After that ploy failed, tried to do it 2 times in a row, and Little Miami only bit the 1st time when it didn't matter. Most of the offense still staying in the huddle. Colin Ross is back on the sidelines. It doesn't look like he's moving, so I think it'll be the offense back out there out of the timeout. And here they come. So no change to the personnel. We'll see what they do here. 3 receivers right, 1 left. The third attempt at this 4th down and 4 from the Walnut 46. Little Miami crowd gets loud. Rivers back to pass. Wants to go quicker. Now he's going to scramble in the middle and slide down just past midfield. It'll be enough to move the chains on a scramble by junior quarterback Will Rivers. They had a new wrinkle, a 1st down into Little Miami territory, and that'll keep the drive going. 1st and 10 at the Little Miami 49. Walnut back up to the line quickly. Snap to Rivers. Quick hitter goes left side, and Thornton and Austin had it mixed up. If they had figured out who was catching the ball, one of them would have been open. They did not. It would have been about a 7 to 8 yard gain instead of 2nd and 10 with 1:24 in the game clock. So a little mix up there between Joshua Thornton and Ty Austin, who's finally back. And now they go to opposite sides. 3 receivers right, 1 left. That's Josh Thornton. 2nd and 10. Rivers back to pass. Throws right side. Bronson makes the catch. And tackled quickly after a gain of about 2 or 3 by Tanner Meadows, linebacker. It'll be 3rd down and about 7 from the Little Miami 46. 1:17 on the clock for the first half. 1 timeout for Walnut. Have not scored offensive points since the 4th quarter of the season opener against West High. 3 receivers left and Bronson alone to the right. Robinson behind Rivers. Snap to Rivers. He's got time. He throws. Looking for Bronson down the right sideline. Bronson makes the catch at the 20 while being interfered with. Oh my goodness, a great catch by Mark Bronson, who hauls it in as Cameron Everett, defensive back, at a fistful of jersey. Bronson hauled in a beautiful pass by Will Rivers for a gain of 25 down about the Panther 21-yard line. 1:08 and counting on this first half clock. 2 receivers each side. Rivers back to pass again. Throws right side quickly, and it's over the head of his intended target, Mark Bronson. It's going to be another quick hitter to try to get Walnut in front of the sticks, but the offense has simply not been there on these 1st down and plays. 1:01 to play in the first half. Rivers having one of his best drives of the year. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Rivers back to pass. Blitz coming, middle of the field, and it is incomplete, just too far out of the reach of Joshua Thornton, who was trying to get it on a quick hitter and run upfield for more yardage. 3rd and 10. 57 seconds to play in the first half. Would be a 39-yard field goal from here. Colin Ross has not attempted one yet in his career. 2 receivers each side. Robinson behind Rivers, who's looking for a big completion here. Rivers back to pass. Got time. Running out of it. Rolls right. Throws right. Caught. And we'll see what the ruling is. Incomplete, but we have a flag. That was in the defensive backfield. We'll see what it is. Pass intended for Bronson.
Penalty is a holding on the Panthers.
It'll be holding on Little Miami, and that will give them 10 yards and a 1st down. Down to the Little Miami 11. So, first accepted penalty on Little Miami, and Walnut's 11 yards from pay dirt. 51 seconds to play in the first half. Walnut looking to cut into this 13-0 deficit here in quarter number 2. 2 receivers each side. Robinson behind Rivers in the spread. Rivers back to pass, low snap, gets it, throws left side, goes Austin to the 10, Austin cuts middle of the field to the 5 and falls forward about the 4. Clock will run down about the 40. Cody Neltner on the tackle. Walnut hurries onto the field. Messfin and Fightmaster enter the game. 30 seconds to go. Walnut has one timeout. And they got to hurry it up here. 2nd and 3 from the Little Miami 4. 25 seconds to play. And Walnut just now gets to the line in their heavy set. 2 tight ends in the game. They stack the entire line. They send a man in motion. Hand to Robinson, running right side, and he's taken down for a loss. And Walnut's going to have to use that last timeout.
Inside run stuff by Shulman.
Eli Shulman tackled Simeon Robinson as Walnut tried to substitute their heavy set, but that gave Little Miami time to sub and run more time off the clock. And now the offense is going to head to the sideline for this timeout. Clock reads 6 seconds. I'm sure they'll put a few more on. We've got time for a throw to the end zone. It'll be 3rd down and 5 from the Little Miami 6. 11 seconds put back on the 2nd quarter clock. So they will have time for a pass, but it needs to go to the end zone. Can't risk being tackled in bounds and losing your chance at points. Rivers in the offense. Back out there going to the spread. 2 receivers each side. Big play here. Trying to punch it in the end zone for the first time in 3 weeks. Little Miami student section gets loud. Rivers back to pass. He throws toward the end zone. Caught, touchdown, Ty Austin. A quick hitter right over the middle. Rivers to Austin. The duo's 2nd touchdown of the season. He beat defensive back Cameron Everett. And the Walnut offense is in the end zone for the first time since the Western Hills game. Rivers threw a bullet pass that was accurate over the middle of the field to Austin. Colin Ross on for the extra point try. Snap to noon, we got a flag.
False start.
It'll go against Walnut. It'll be a full start. That'll back from about 5 yards. Colin Ross, 5 for 5 on extra point tries to begin his career. It'll be Jacob Ramirez, the snapper, Eli Newman, the holder, Colin Ross, the kicker. It'll be from the 7. Snap to Newman is good. Kick, and it is blocked. Little Miami gets to it. That's Cody Neltner again, his 2nd block kick of the day, and that'll keep the score at 13-6. Colin Ross's first unsuccessful kick in his Walnut career. Little Miami 13, Walnut Hills 6, after the touchdown connection from Will Rivers to Ty Austin. And for the first time in a while, Walnut ends the drive with points. So Cody Neltner making his presence felt in all 3 phases of the game today. But nevertheless, Walnut gets to within 7. 13-6. Now it'll be a kick to Mitchell Lyons. I'm sure that Colin Ross will probably kick it low here to avoid kicking to the dangerous return man for the Panthers. 7 seconds in the half. Wouldn't hate it if Walnut kicked to an up man. And Ross kicks it high, so they'll have a chance to return it. Here's Lyons running to about the 20. Gets through a hole to the 30. Lyons to the 40. And Lyons is taken down. Make that Drew Vargas on the return. He got to the 48, but that will run out the first half clock. End of 1, end of 2, Little Miami 13, Walnut Hills 6. And they'll go into the half with momentum and get the ball back to start the 3rd quarter. You're listening to Walnut Hills Football on Grimm Sportscasting Channel. I was made aware that I had mistitled the name of the radio broadcast. Now, this is not a college game. This is a high school game. And right now at the half, Little Miami up on Walnut Hills at home, 13-6. Time now for scores around the city. Anderson laying waste to another ECC foe. They're up 34-0 on Lebanon at halftime. Upset brewing in Milford as they trail Loveland 3-0. That game is at the half. Witten Woods and Turpin locked in a defensive struggle. That game is tied at 0 late in the second quarter. Kings up 7-3 on West Claremont, and another upset brewing. Lakota East leads Princeton 10-7 at the half. John Kittner with a chance to get a marquee win over a top team in the city. Other games that may be of note in Walnut Hills playoff chase, even if they lose today. Middletown up 17-0 on Sycamore. Oak Hills 28-6 over Coleraine. Walnut's path to making the playoffs at 1-9 involves one of those two teams going winless. Another team that they want to go winless, Western Hills, are currently down 42-0 at the half against Harrison. Lakota East leads Fairfield 20. Lakota West leads Fairfield 28-14, and St. Xavier leads Withrow 28-0. So could be a week of upsets depending on how some things shake out. Right now, we're looking for Walnut to use that momentum they got into halftime and turn it into a victory here in Morrow. They trail 13-6. Will Rivers with perhaps his best drive of the entire season. At the end of the first half, they chewed up almost the entire second half clock and first half clock and got away with a 6-yard touchdown from Rivers to Austin. That was Rivers' fourth and Austin's second of the year, his third overall. He leads the team in touchdowns. They look to continue that momentum into the half. Little Miami's emerged from the locker room. We're still waiting on Walnut.
Fans, here are the owner of the Great Subaru. License plate JKC 9291. You need to move your car immediately. Great Subaru JKC 291. Please move your car.
Walnut's finally coming back out of the locker room after a shaky first quarter and a solid second quarter. They're looking to have a big second half and take home their first ECC win in 3 years. Ty Austin at the front of the line, one of the stars of the first half. And on defense, I have to give it to Eli Newman, who made several nice form tackles in that first half and stayed clear of the penalties that haunted several other of the Walnut more veteran defenders who have this hate for Little Miami more ingrained. Now they've got to play a complete 24 minutes to take home this win. Little Miami was the last ECC foe.
Time for Split the Pot. If you want to get your tickets out, if you bought a Split the Pot ticket, please get your ticket out. We will get number in just a minute.
3 years ago, Walnut beat Little Miami. Javian Bostic was the star of the Eagles' 27-21 victory. He was a junior then. He transferred to Witten Woods, missed almost the entire season, now playing at Toledo. Speaking of former Eagles at the next level, congratulations to Jack Samarco, who made his first catch for the West Virginia Mountaineers last week. He made a 4-yard catch in the fourth quarter of West Virginia's blowout win over the University of Albany.
6-6-3. 503.
We hope that'll be the first of many.
You have that ticket. Please bring it to the front.
Won a regional title at Anderson. Played in that state semifinal game against Massillon after spending several years at Walnut. West Virginia's head coach has praised him for being a very teachable player, which you can imagine that part of that is, at the very least, somewhat grounded in his time at Walnut. So congratulations to him. Although he'll go down in most record books as being an Anderson player, we'll never forget what he did. Part of those early 2020s Walnut teams. 1:30 to play on the second half warm-up clock. Walnut down by 7. They'll get the ball to start the second half. We'll take a small break. Be back with third quarter action.
You will have to stand like a mountain. That's exactly what it said. Yeah. No,
So countdown clock reaches 0, and we are about ready for the second half to get underway. Walnut trails 13-6, and they will get the ball to start the third quarter after a successful touchdown drive to end the first half. Jason Nicholas, Braylon Dennis, the return men. A.J. Baldwin places the ball on the tee at the 40 and gets ready to kick it away. Baldwin approaches the ball, kicks with his right foot. High kick headed toward Nicholas. It'll be fielded about the 15. He runs to the 20, cuts middle of the field, running back to the 25, to the 30, gets through a hole and gets taken down at about the 32. A flag thrown at the end of the play. The tackle was made by Stevens back Colin Duncan. We'll see what this flag is after Nicholas returned to about the 32.
Nicholas on the return for the Eagles.
At the very end of the play, and they will tag Walnut with a holding penalty on that. Puts them back to about the 21, and that's where they will start this first drive. They went Ty Austin not on the field for this first snap of the third quarter. Instead, it's Malachi Lures. Walnut lines up on their spread. 3 receivers right, 1 left. First play of the second half. Walnut motions Jeremiah Thornton and now fakes a pitch, throws, and it's caught by Thornton to the 20 and falls forward to about the 23 or 24. That's all. Short completion for Jeremiah Thornton. Second down and about 7 or 8. Ty Austin puts his helmet back on as he walks to the sideline near the chain gang. We'll see what he's doing here. Remains off the field on second down and 8 from the 23. Lures Thornton wide right, Josh Thornton and Bronson wide to the left. Stays in the spread. Second down and 8. Rivers back to pass. Throws to right side. Caught top Jeremiah Thornton to the 35. And that's where he's taken down, securing the first down. First down, Walnut Hills. Tackle made by Colin Duncan, senior defensive back.
Thornton's pass complete.
First down pickup for the Eagles to the 36. And now Austin will re-enter the game. Lures exits. his day will come as soon as next year. 1st and 10 from the 36, 2 receivers each side. Little Miami sneaks up to the line and jumps off sides. As Landon McCray was coming on a blitz, but just came a little too far, and he was touched by a Walnut player. 5-yard gain for Walnut, 1st and 5 to the 41. So McCray had an interception off Rivers, and last year the victim of this matchup. .30 to play in the third quarter. Austin and Josh Thornton go wide left, 2 others wide right. Rivers in the shotgun with Robinson off his left hip, who hasn't gotten a touch yet this half. Rivers fakes a couple snaps and now looks to the sideline. And now gets back quickly. Austin putting his hands up to the sideline wants some kind of answer. 1st and 5, Rivers back to pass. Rivers running out of time. Quick hitter goes right side. Caught by Jeremiah Thornton, and he sets out of bounds at the Little Miami 47-yard line. So Will Rivers delivers an accurate ball to the sideline, and Jeremiah Thornton makes the catch into Little Miami territory. 1st and 10 Eagles. First and 10 from Little Miami 48. They'll stay in the same formation. They have not used any sort of wing set. That wasn't working that well in the first half. 2 receivers each side. Rivers back to pass. Throws right side quickly, and the catch is made by Jeremiah Thornton, and he goes down at about the 41 of Little Miami. Landon McCray was trying to get a hand in there. He could not. That'd be another gain of 7 to the Little Miami 41. So Jeremiah Thornton establishing himself. 2nd down and about 3. Robinson still no touches. He's lined up behind Rivers. 2 receivers each side. They keep Austin, Josh Thornton to the left. And somebody jumped. Something was really wrong there. It's a false start on Walnut. Everyone moved, and the ball was not snapped by Jaden Miller. 5-yard penalty.
2nd down and 8.
Backed him up 5 yards to the Little Miami 46. So small setback, the 7th penalty of the game on Walnut. They stay in the same formation in the shotgun. Little Miami crowds the line. Rivers takes the snap, runs right side, running away from a defender, and just chucks it in the general direction of Thornton out of bounds. It'll be 3rd down and long. As
incomplete out of bounds. Pressure by Dylan Clutter.
DC Clutter got him, was chasing Rivers down, forced him to go to the right, and limited his options. Had to throw it away. It's 3rd and 8. Walnut needs the 38-yard line to get a 1st down. Rivers receives this play call from offensive coordinator Justin Beers, and they huddle up. Walnut looking to extend this drive, punch it in the end zone, and tie this game down by a score. 2 receivers each side. Student section gets loud, and we got a whistle before the snap and a Walnut timeout. Just 2.5 minutes into the second half, Walnut will burn a timeout to talk this 3rd and 8 play over. One thing that we have seen an absence of in this game so far is run plays out of that spread. Robinson has really only gotten the ball when they're in the heavy set with at least 1 wing. We'll see if that changes in that play calling tendency. Either now or on the next drive. 3rd down and 8. Big play coming up. Little Miami student section as loud as ever. Austin and Joshua Thornton wide to the left. Bronson and Jeremiah Thornton wide to the right. 3rd and 8. Rivers points out some adjustments. Robinson motors to his right hip. Rivers back to pass. Rivers tries to scramble up the middle. Hit as he throws. Caught by Austin to the 25. Raised to the 20. To the 15. Cuts right side. 10-5. Touchdown, Eagles. Ty Austin. A 46-yard touchdown catch. But that's coming back. An almost invisible flag amongst all the chaos. They'll get a Walnut player for holding. 8th penalty of the game on Walnut. Still early in the third quarter, and a 46-yard touchdown to Austin is wiped off the board. Now 3rd and 18. Didn't see the flag until very, very late after Austin had already gone into the end zone.
After the markup, it's 3rd down and 18.
3rd and 18, as 2 penalties have set back this Eagle drive.
38 of the Panthers.
Ty Austin, the big catch, but was a no-go. That would have been his 4th touchdown of the year. 3rd receiving. 3 receivers left. 1 to the right, that's Bronson. Rivers stands in the gun and gets the snap. He's going to roll out toward the right. Running out of time. Rivers just going to get hit and forced out of bounds at the 44-yard line by linebacker Landon McCray. Rivers just looked and looked, and there was nothing there. And after a promising drive is killed by 2 penalties on the Eagles, a false start and a holding, it will set Walnut back, and Colin Ross will be at the punt. 8 penalties so far in the Eagles, 1 on the Panthers. 1 more was declined. Colin Ross gets the snap. He's back to punt. He gets it away. Low kick hits about the 30, bounces to the 25, and Everett will let it roll to the 15. A great roll down to the 10, to the 11. And that's where it's finally down by Cade Fightmaster. So a 45-yard punt, no return for Colin Ross, and Walnut defense will get some good field position to start this game, to start this drive. 7:57 in the third quarter, Little Miami 13, Walnut Hills 6. Ball is spotted at the 10. So Jay-Sean Sandhar and the Little Miami offense will come out. This will be the first time in 4 games Little Miami has the same starting quarterback on the first drive of both halves. Here they go with Sandhar in an empty set. Walnut crowds the line, 1st and 10. And jet sweep goes to Blackburn, running right side. Flag is thrown to the 10 as Blackburn's forced out at about the 14. But that may be coming back on that penalty flag as Blackburn raced across the formation. A flag was thrown, and that'll... Let's see what we got. And we will indeed have some holding on Little Miami. That'll set him back to about the 5, half a distance. 1st and 15. Little Miami backed very far, and that new formation play that they just showed the Eagles have gone nowhere. Be a good time for the ECC's leading defense and takeaways to get one right here. 1st and 15, ball on the Little Miami 5. Sandhar in the backfield, flanked by Blackburn. Sandhar hands Blackburn, running middle. Oh, and Blackburn is taken down and sat, and by Deshaun Hoskins, who had him just shy of the goal line. It looks like Blackburn's forward progress will keep it just out of the end zone, so no safety. Big tackle by Hoskins. Ball down to the 2, 2nd and 18. So now, Little Miami's gonna have to work just to avoid being a safety victim. They would be Walnut's 2nd of the year. They got one to open the scoring against West High. 2nd down and 18. Sandhar flanked by Blackburn. Now he sneaks up to the line. He's just going to sneak it forward. And he's driven backwards and stopped. Eli Newman gets in there and blows the play up. And he will get almost nothing on that quarterback sneak. It'll be 3rd and a mile, and they're still in the shadow of their own end zone. No gain for Sandhar. 3rd down and 17. You can still see that even with those penalties, Walnut's kept the momentum up. Got to get off the field here, avoid another big penalty, and get the ball back to your offense with great field position. 6 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Little Miami 13, Walnut 6. Little Miami's got 3rd and 17 on the Little Miami 2. Sandhar in a spread, flanked by Blackburn. 2 receivers each side. Now we'll snake up to the line and just try to get a little bit more. And he's taken down after a gain of about 2 by Braylon Coleman. So the defense gets 2 big stops and a holding penalty, and that will take Little Miami's offense right back off the field and give Walnut a chance at a big return. They put the track star, Deshaun Hoskins, back to return at about the 36 of Little Miami. Gunnar Hoffman, the punter. Make that Hoffman from the very back of his own end, a low snap. Hoffman gets it away. Hoskins will just let it bounce. It'll take a Little Miami bounce, and it'll be hit at about the 38 by defensive back Cameron Everett. The best starting field position of the night for this Walnut offense, that with 5 minutes in the 3rd quarter, they'll have it in plus territory. As they look to get back in front.
There's a penalty on the flag.
We got a flag down. Ball is for now spotted at the Little Miami 38. They're talking to Coach Chenault, who's out on the field.
Yeah, take 15. Put the 15 on. Add the 15 on. What's my foul? Add that 15. Add that 15.
And we are going to get, we'll still see, the ball has not moved yet, and it's going to be against the Panthers. We're going to have a personal foul penalty added to the end of the kick, a 15-yarder that will start Walnut at the Panther 23-yard line. So a great defensive series and a couple of penalties. Walnut's already near the red zone. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left as Rivers lines up in the shotgun. 5 minutes to play in quarter number 3. Want to look at tie this game up. Rivers back to pass. Throws quickly right side. Goes Bronson to the 15. Bronson, 10-yard line, taken down. And the ball comes out. The rule he was down. There was the rule he was down. It'll be a 1st down for Walnut, and Bronson avoids the fumble. First and 10 at the 11-yard line. Rivers humming, wants to punch it in right here, tie up this game with an extra point. 2 receivers each side. They have not run the ball in the second half yet. First and 10. Rivers back to pass. Pressure coming. Rivers is going to have to throw it to the right sideline. Caught by Thornton at the 6. And he's taken out of bounds by a Little Miami defender. Rivers stood tall in the face of pressure and got a pass off to Thornton, who was pushed out of bounds by Duncan. Jonathan Smith enters the game on the O-line as sophomore Eric Johnson runs off. We got a penalty.
First and 20.
We got a hold coming against the Eagles. That might be why Eric Johnson's running off the field. So instead of a 7-yard pass, it'll be a 10-yard penalty. Brings him back to the 22. First and 20. The goal is still the end zone. 2 receivers each side. Blitz on. Rivers throws across the middle of the field and just out of the reach of Jeremiah Thornton. Rivers brought 7. Eli Schulman was hot on Rivers' tail. He was hit hard at the end of the play. No flag called. 2nd down and 20. Rivers really did almost stand in there and deliver an accurate ball to Thornton, just a little bit out of his reach. across the middle of the field. 3:52 to play in quarter number 3. Second down and 20. Walnut down by 7. We got a whistle and a timeout called by Walnut again. That will be their second. So with 3:52 to play in the third quarter, Walnut's down to just one timeout. 9 penalty flags have gone against Walnut. Several of them unsportsmanlike conducts, personal fouls, and other big penalties. And the latest, that holding by Eric Johnson on 1st and 10. The timeout is over, and Will Rivers and the Walnut offense will come back out on second down and 20. Still have abandoned the heavy set, but now they're going to a 4-wide look. Malachi Lures alone on the right, 3 receivers to the left. Second down and 20, big play coming here. Rivers fakes a quick toss, now throws it deep. He's got a man Bronson, but he overthrew him. A very good play design. They faked a short pass that was going to Austin, and then Rivers threw it to Bronson, but who was free on the left corner of the end zone, but Rivers just threw it over Bronson's head. It's 3rd and 20. Would be a 40-yard field goal from here, but you don't want to go for it on a 4th and 20 either. Lures will exit, and the Walnut will have their traditional 4 receivers in. 3 left, 1 right. Robinson still flanking Rivers, but hasn't gotten a touch yet this half. Rivers back to pass, rolls left. He's looking toward the end zone. He throws toward, and it's tipped up by Austin and then intercepted. The pass looked accurate, but Austin tried to make a high catch. He tipped it up in the air, and then Isaiah James of Little Miami picked it off at about the 5. The pass looked accurate if it was going for Jeremiah Thornton. And so Walnut squanders a big opportunity, and Little Miami got it back out there at the 5. First and 10 from their own 5. Trying to pin him deep. Sandhar, 6 men line, 1 to the left, 2 to the right. Sandhar going to hand it off to Broussard, running right side to the 5, runs to the 10, Broussard to the 15, back all along the sideline of the 25, and forced out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. Walker Broussard, a big run along the left end.
Check that.
A 25-yard gain for running back Walker Broussard to about the 30-yard line. Gets Little Miami out of no man's land. And the momentum shifting back to the Panthers. First and 10 from the 30. Sandhar hands off to Broussard, running right side. And he is taken down after a gain about 1 by Kate Fightmaster. So a less successful run there for Walker Broussard. Second and long for Little Miami.
Broussard on the carry. Gain of 1. Bring up second down and 9. Ball at the 31.
Little Miami huddled up 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. Little Miami 13, Walnut 6. Sandhar, Broussard in the backfield. 2 receivers right, 1 left. 6 men on the line for the Panthers. Second down and 9. Sandhar hands Broussard, running middle of the field, and he is taken down quickly after a game about 1. Cade Fightmaster and Eli Newman in on that tackle, as well as Jonathan Jackson Jr. It'll be third down and long. Third and 7 from the 33-yard line. Walnut even with a chance to get off the field here. They'll go with Jordan Harris in favor of a linebacker to guard against the pass. Third and 7. 2 receivers each side. Broussard behind Sandhar. Snap to Sandhar. Wants a quick pass, doesn't have it. Now running left side. Sandhar gets to the 30, chased from behind by Hoskins, and he is taken down about a couple yards short of the first down marker. Xander Hargis was there to meet him, as well as Deshaun Hoskins. It's fourth down and about 1.5. Deep in Little Miami territory, the center of the punt team. So after the 25-yard run by Walker Broussard, Little Miami is held to a 3-and-out. Parker Rowe back deep to receive against this Walnut punt team he's standing about the 24-yard line. Snap to Hoffman. He's back to punt. High punt. And Parker Rowe is going to let it land. It's a bad punt by Hoffman. It takes a friendly bounce toward Little Miami. And they will down it about the Walnut 34. So a scoreless third quarter continues. We got another flag. Lots of flags in these special teams plays so far. We'll see what this one is. And it's going to be a holding penalty assessed toward Walnut. So it'll be 10 yards back to the, let's see where they put it. Back to the 24. So it'll be a long field for this Walnut offense, who couldn't get any points out of a short one on their last drive. 1:06 to play in the third quarter. Rivers' 5th interception of the year. But a new drive now. They line up in the spread, 2 each side. Quick pass goes right side to the 25. Cuts middle of the field, Jeremiah Thornton to the 31, and that's where he's taken down by as these quick hitters have been working most of the time. Jackson Shepard of the tackle for Little Miami. It's 2nd down and about 2. Third quarter clock winds down. 2 receivers each side. Walnut's not going to have many more opportunities for that to possess the football. Rivers is back to pass. He throws right side again, and it's over the head of his intended target, Jeremiah Thornton. They ran pretty much the same play, but Rivers just sailed it over Thornton's head. It's 3rd and 2. So we'll see what they do here. Eric Johnson hustles off the field, replaced by Donovan Gale, the heaviest player on the Walnut roster. They have not been able to consistently get 2 yards out of that heavy set, so they will continue to spread it out. They have not run it out of the spread once. 2 receivers each side. 3rd and 2. Big play here. Rivers is back to pass. Pressure coming. Rivers is going to get hit, and he's going to be sacked. A big play for this Little Miami defense. Rivers couldn't find anywhere to go with the ball. Ethan Dowden, linebacker, got in there and sacked Rivers for a loss of about 12. And that'll be the final play of the third quarter. It ends on a sour note, as Rivers on 3rd and 2 needed a short completion to get rid of the ball. He did not do so, and ended up with a sack. That'll force Walnut to punt when the fourth quarter starts. Welcome back to Walnut Hills football on Graham's Sportscasting channel. It's 4th down and 14. Walnut Hills punter Colin Ross will be on to punt again against this fearsome punt block unit. Return man Cameron Everett standing at the Little Miami 46. Ross back to punt. He gets it away, and Everett will let it bounce. Takes a walnut bounce, and it's fielded immediately by wide receiver Jason Nicholas. That was a curious decision. It was still rolling. Fielded about the walnut 49 by Nicholas. So, weird call there from him. 1st down and 10 at about midfield. 11:54 to go in regulation. Walnut defense hasn't allowed points since the first quarter. They got to come up big again here. Sandhar and Blackburn will come back out. Heavy set. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Walnut sneaking to the line. That's Eli Newman. Snap to Sandhar. Hands Blackburn. Running right side to the 50. Blackburn to the 45. To the hold of the 40 and tripped up and stopped at about the 31. So Peyton Blackburn got through a hole. And a big gain for Little Miami on 1st and 10 when they go to that 6-man line. Watch out. And most notably for this defense, although they've been getting stops, no takeaways yet, except for that turnover on downs. 2 receivers each side. Blackburn behind Sandhar at the Walnut 32. Snap to Sandhar. Hands Blackburn. Left side, and Sandhar is going to be hit, but he'll run through an arm tackle to the 25 to the 20. Knocked out of bounds at about the 16 by Braylon Dennis, and they'll get him on a late hit. He was forced out of bounds by a combination of Cade Fightmaster and Braylon Dennis, and they'll say that Dennis hit him just a little too late. Forced him out of bounds, and it'll be a penalty on the tackle that'll put Little Miami in the red zone. And it looks like we will have offsetting penalties, a hold on Little Miami, and then in the late hit on Dennis, and now another flag was just between referees. So no play. The big run by Broussard is wiped out. It'll be by Blackburn is wiped out. 1st and 10 again from the Walnut 32.
Panthers. Panthers. That's the Eagles. Okay, 5-yard line.
So 1st and 10 from the Walnut 27 after the penalties did not offset on the unsportsmanlike was the call post play. Now Sandhar gets the snap, hands to Blackburn. No, he's going to script, and he's going to fall forward to about the 24. Tackled by Deshaun Hoskins. Gains 4. 2nd down and 1 to the 23-yard line. Walnut needs a takeaway or a big stop here in the worst way. 2nd and 2 from the Walnut 24. 2 receivers each side. Blackburn behind Sandhar. Blackburn gets the snap. Back to pass. Sandhar right side. And the catch is made at the 17. Falling down to make that catch, Charlie Whitaker.
Charlie Whitaker.
Gained about 7 or 8. Quick hitter for Sandhar's first completion in what feels like a while. It's 1st and 10 in the red zone for Little Miami.
1st and 10 at the 16.
First and 10, heavy set for the Panthers. Bruce off Sandhar's right hip. Snap to Sandhar. He's back to pass. He's going to get chased and dragged down. No, he evades the tackle and then runs through another one to about the 13. It looked like Braylon Coleman had him dead to rights, but he flipped out of Coleman's arm tackle and ran forward for a gain of about 4.
Get a 4, second down 6.
2nd and 6. Braylon Coleman had his right arm taped up before the start of this game. Could affect his tackling form. In any case, 2nd down. Defense still looking for a stop in the Little Miami offense in no hurry. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Broussard behind Sandhar. Snap to Sandhar, back to pass. Quick hitter goes left side. Neltner caught at the 5, runs into the end zone. Touchdown, Little Miami. The 2nd touchdown pass of the day from Sandhar to Neltner. And it extends Little Miami's lead to 19-6 with 9 minutes to play in the game. Neltner found a hole in Walnut zone. Sandhar stuck it in there for his 2nd touchdown pass of the day. Neltner's 3rd catch of the season. Hoffman on for the extra point. Snap is good, hold is good, and the kick by Hoffman is through the uprights and bangs off the scoreboard. And a flag going to be thrown for running into the kicker. That's probably going to be declined by Coach Chenault. Little Miami 20, Walnut 6. That's now if you're the one on offense, you basically need points here. AJ Baldwin in the kickoff unit now on with their largest lead of the day by 14. 8:56 to play in the game. Jason Nicholas is taken off kick returner duty, replaced by Hoskins with Dennis, the other returner. Baldwin approaches the ball and kicks it with his right foot. It's a very high kick, fielded by Dennis in the end zone, and he lets it go off his hands. It'll be a touchback. It was touched in the end zone and then not fielded cleanly by defensive back Braylon Dennis.
Kickoff goes into the end zone.
A flag is thrown at the end of the play.
Play.
See what this is. One that's already been flagged 12 times today. Several for unsportsmanlike conducts. And we'll get a holding on Walnut. And looks like it's going to be offsetting, actually, a holding on Walnut into an unsportsmanlike against Little Miami. Possibly, but the ball just stayed to the 20-yard line this time. So 1st and 10 from the 20. Walnut now down by 14, needs some form of points. Rivers gets the snap. He rolls right, pitches Robinson, his first touch of the half. He'll root to the 26 and hold on to the ball. Short, a solid gain for Simeon Robinson. He goes to about the 26 or 27, give him 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. Three receivers left, 1 to the right. Robinson behind Rivers. Rivers takes the snap, he scrambles and just rolls to the right. He's got some space to move to the 30, tries to hold onto the ball and falls forward to about the 30, and that should be enough for a Walnut 1st down on the scramble by Rivers. More of a design run than a scramble. It's 1st and 10. Shepard on the tackle for Little Miami. Gain of 4 for Rivers. 1st and 10 at the 31. 8 minutes and counting. Walnut still very far from pay dirt. 1st and 10, Rivers in the gun. Back to pass here. Throws quick left side, caught at the 40, and Thornton stumbles forward and falls at about the 43, securing another first down. Joshua Thornton. Rivers put an accurate pass on to Thornton. Drew Vargas in coverage, ball to the 43 of Walnut. Under 8 minutes to play. Walnut huddles up. They're still down 2 scores, need some fast points. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. 7:30 to play in the ball game. Rivers ready for the snap out of the pistol. Now Robinson flanks him to the left. Snap to Rivers. Blitz coming. Rivers throws right side. It's going to be incomplete as it was just out of the reach of junior wide receiver Ty Austin. Would have been a short game, about 4 or 5. Tanner Meadows, linebacker, was covering Austin, but it'll be an incompletion. 2nd down and 10. 20-6, the score. 7:19 the clock. And every second counts here for this Walnut offense trying to punch it back in. 2nd down and 10. Rivers back to pass, rolls right, now going to pitch to Robinson. He's got to the 45, to the 50. Robinson hit hard and upended, but he falls forward to about the Little Miami 47. Jackson Shepard on the tackle for Little Miami. It'll be 3rd down and short. 3rd and about 1 at the Little Miami 48. They will not give Robinson first down yardage, but he's finally getting some solid gains in these read option plays. 2 receivers each side, 3rd and 1. Rivers back to pass. Pressure's coming. Rivers got to scramble out to the left. Rivers directing traffic. Now has to evade a man. Just throws across the middle and is overthrown and intercepted. Rivers was looking for Austin. He had him, but Landon McCray gets his 2nd INT off Rivers in as many years. He overthrew Austin, and this time McCray made him pay. Turnover, Walnut. 6th interception of the year for Rivers. Second game of the season with multiple interceptions by Rivers. Sandhar back out in the spread. Sandhar hands Broussard left side, and Broussard is going to be hit and upended by Donovan Gale. Pretty nasty hit by Gale. It'll set the Panther offense back a couple of yards, and football move by Gale. They will give Broussard the 43. It'll be 2nd down and 12. Sandhar in the gun. Snap hands, Broussard running right side to the 40. Cuts to the 50, and he's taken down from behind by Jared Ross at about the 48 of Walnut. It'll be a gain of about 8 or 9. Third and short. We got a flag in the backfield. That'll be some holding going against Little Miami. You will accept here. Second down and 22 at the Little Miami 33-yard line. Clock does run as a result of that penalty, though. Walnut crowds the line. Sandhar gets the snap. Hands Broussard left side. Broussard gets to about the 35 and not much more as he was taken down hard by defensive tackle. Donovan Gale gives Broussard about 5 yards on that. It's 3rd and long. Walnuts now moved Ty Austin to free safety, replacing Dayron Acklin. 3rd down and 15. Ball situated on the 39 of the Panthers. They got to stop here. Walnut will get it back with about 4 minutes left. Down by 2 scores. Sandhar sends Broussard to his right hip. Snap to Sandhar. He's back to pass. Pressure coming. Throws across the middle. Tipped in the air and incomplete. Cade Fightmaster nearly broke through the line, but a good block was given by Sandhar himself to stop Fightmaster from getting an interception. Instead, it'll just be a normal punt. The clock stops at 4:15. Walnut offense will get the ball back with about 4 minutes to play. Gunnar Hoffman back to punt, and Deshaun Hoskins, the returner, he's standing at about the Walnut 30. Hoffman's leg is not to be underestimated. Snap to Hoffman, the punt's away. High punt. Hoskins rolls up and lets it bounce. And that was a bad decision as it rolls all the way down to the Walnut 12-yard line. So Hoskins had the opportunity to catch it at about the 30 or let it roll, and it rolled to about the 12. So bad decision there on the punt from Hoskins. And it's a very long way to go for this Walnut offense. Gotta wonder if Rivers' arm is going to get tired at the end of this game. He's already thrown it about 30, 35 times, and he's going to be throwing it almost every play on this drive. Spread set, 2 receivers each side. 4:09 to play in the ball game, down 26. Rivers back to pass, throws quickly left side, and it is incomplete, knocked away from Joshua Thornton. Landon McCray in coverage at 2nd down. Drew Vargas may have also been there. Second down and 10. You got to do more than quick hitters if you want to get 2 scores in such a short time. Got to look down the field. And you know Rivers has that arm. When it's on, it's on. 4:05 to play. Rivers is ready for the shotgun snap. Takes the snap. He's back to pass. Rivers looks long. Throws across the middle of the field. And it is caught. Austin at the 40. Brings a tackle to the 50. And Austin is going to head to the house to the 30. 20, 10. Touchdown, Eagles. 88 yards. A touchdown pass from Will Rivers to Ty Austin. Threw it across the middle of the field and took it the distance. And that will cut the lead to 8 points, 20-12. And in a 16-yard touchdown drive. Walnut is not dead yet. They trail by just 8. They're going to go for 2 here. It's a common coaching strategy to go for 2 down 8 on a touchdown. 6 men on the line. Thornton the wing. 2 receivers left. 1 right. Robinson flanks Rivers. Rivers is back to pass. Rivers throws left corner of the end zone. Austin is going to get in, and he's got the 2-point conversion. And the lead is cut to just 6. Little Miami 20. Walnut Hills 14 after the electric 88-yard touchdown from Rivers to Austin. Rivers' 5th touchdown pass of the year, and Austin's 4th touchdown, 3rd catching, 1 running. I'm aware that those are not the terms. My brain just short-circuited. So that deep ball from Rivers still has not failed, and now it's crunch time, a 6-point game. Eagles in their road whites, Panthers in their home greens. 3:52 to play in the ball game. Walnut trails at 20-14. Ross approaches the ball, kicks it with his right foot, low onside kick, and it's fielded by the Panthers at about the 50. Caught on the fly by linebacker Landon McCray. So Rivers, Ross's onside kick attempt is no good. And now the defense needs a stop. McCray caught it at the 49-yard line of Little Miami. Defense has given up only one touchdown since the first quarter. They want it here. They need it here. They need a stop. Get the ball back to this offense and give them a chance to win the game. Peyton Blackburn behind Jay-Sean Sandhart. Trips right, one receiver left. Sandhart hands Blackburn, running right side. He's hit and he's stopped. Walnut defense gets in the backfield. Cade Fightmaster, the senior leader of this defense. A tackle for loss on first down, and Blackburn is stood up.
Awesome.
Loss of 4 yards to the Little Miami 45. A good start to this series for the Walnut defense. 2nd down and 14. Three minutes to play. Sandhar, flanked by Blackburn, trips right, one receiver left. Walnut visitors get loud. Snap to Sandhar is low. Hand to Blackburn going in the middle. Catch about the 50, cuts right side to the 45 and taken down at about the 44 of Walnut. Braylon Coleman on the tackle, a few yards short of the first down. Peyton Blackburn getting his work in at running back. It's 3rd down and 3. Biggest defensive play of the year here for the Eagles. Walnut visitors stay loud. 3rd down and 4. One receiver right, 3 left. Blackburn flanks Sandhar. Sandhar hands Blackburn, running right side. He stood up and stopped at about the 48. He did not get enough for a first down. At the bottom of the pile, Jonathan Jackson Jr. Walnut takes a timeout. 2:06 to play. They have none left. They spot the ball at the 48 of Walnut. It is 3rd 43 of Walnut. 4th down and 2. We'll see what Coach Chenault wants to do here if he wants to go for the game. 2:06 to play. If Little Miami gets the first down, the game is over. But they could also give the ball to Walnut in advanced field position. Personnel come back out. Let's see what Coach Chenault wants to do for Little Miami. Could send Hoffman back out, try to pin Walnut deep, or go for the kill shot. Walnut defense is already out there, and now they break the huddle. And the personnel is the offense. 4th down and 2. Game on the line. Little Miami up by 6. If they get it, the game is over. Broussard behind Sandhar. Sneak up to the line. Sandhar now steps back and goes back up. Sandhar is just trying to maybe an offside draw. And let's see, and a timeout is taken by Coach Chenault. So Sandhart was just trying to catch the Eagles napping. They don't bite. Disciplined football by Walnut. Clock remains at 2:06. Situation the same, 4th down and 2. They break the huddle, and it's Gunnar Hoffman of the punt team. Little Miami will punt it away with 2 minutes to go. Ty Austin is the return man. They want the highest chance of an electric return as possible. He's standing at about the 14. Snap to Hoffman. He gets the punt away. It's a high one. Austin will just let it roll, and this time it takes a Walnut bounce, and it's fallen on just shy of the 20. So after the stop by Colin Duncan, Walnut will have a minute 56 and no timeouts to try to drive down the field and win the game. Biggest series in quite some time for these Walnut Hills Eagles. 80 yards to Paydirt, 1st and 10 from the 20. 2 receivers on each side of Will Rivers, the man of the hour right now. Rivers is back to pass. First play goes right side, Jeremiah Thornton, and he's wrapped up and stopped at the 26. No first down, the clock will run. Walnut gets back to the line, a minute 45 on the clock, a gain of 6 for Thornton. 2 receivers each side, Rivers back to the line, a minute 38 to play. Rivers back to pass again. Rivers looks, he has nothing. He scrambles to the right and just throws it out of bounds. A minute 30 to play. Jeremiah Thornton in the area. Walnut still 74 yards away from a game-tying touchdown. Trailing by 6. Third down and 4. Little Miami student section gets loud. 2 receivers each side. Rivers looks, and now he's ready for the snap. He's back to pass. Rolls right, pressure coming. Rivers is going to throw to the right, and the catch is made at the 45-yard line by Jeremiah Thornton, but I think they're going to get him for illegal touching as a flag comes in. They're going to say possibly that Thornton stepped out before making that catch. They'll discuss this. The ball is currently at the 45. 1:21 on the clock. We'll see what the penalty is. They have not discussed it yet. They're pointing toward the Panther side. Holding personal foul goes against Little Miami. And the penalty pendulum is going to swing the other way. Declined because it was not a post-snap penalty. First down and 10 from the Walnut 45. 1:21 to go, and a whistle will stop play. As now they'll move the ball. It was a post-snap penalty. First and 10 now from the Little Miami 40. They are 40 yards away with 1:21 to go. Walnut brings in the heavy O-line for pass protection. They're 40 yards away from a game-tying touchdown. Rivers back to pass. Rivers, nothing there. Throws right side, low and incomplete toward Jeremiah Thornton.
Rivers back.
He was there on the right sideline. Rivers just tried to fit it into a tight window and had nothing. That ran 4 seconds off the clock, 1:17 to play. And with a minute 17 to go, it's second down and 10. The 88-yard touchdown by Austin gave them life. Now they've got to make it 40 more yards. Rivers, back to pass. Running out of time. He's going to be grabbed. He's going to be sacked. Defensive lineman Ethan Dowden comes in and sacks Rivers at the 48. The clock runs. It's 3rd and 18. Rivers did not have anyone a coverage sack. Clock down to 50 seconds. 3rd down and 18. They need the 30-yard line in 2 plays. 43 seconds to go. Rivers. Back. Throws left side. Got Austin at the 25. He makes the catch and goes down to the 21. Across the middle of the field, Ty Austin converts 3rd down and 18 with 34 seconds to go. They get to the ball quick. They're going to spike it. And we got a whistle. Starts play. Rivers just going to throw it to the ground with 29 seconds to play. A huge 3rd down conversion by Ty Austin. 29 seconds to play. It'll be 2nd down and 10 from the Little Miami 21. Thought it might have been over after the interception thrown by Rivers with 8 minutes to go, but Walnut has been resilient in this game, and their defense has gotten the offense the ball back twice. 2nd down and 10. 2 receivers each side of Rivers. Ball on the 21 of Little Miami. Snap to Rivers. Throws right side. Catch is made. Bronson is taken down of bounds at about the 12. Clock runs. No, now they say he's out of bounds. Clock was running for a short while after Bronson got knocked out. A gain of 8 with the clock at 20 seconds. 13-yard line. They need one more push. To get what's right in front of them. Walnut Hills has run the ball 2 times in this half. 3rd down and 2. Rivers is back to pass. Throws middle of the field. Toward the end zone. Incomplete. Just out of the outstretched arms of Jeremiah Thornton. Fourth and 2. They've got 1 play, or this game is over. 16 seconds to get into the end zone and tie up this game. 2 receivers, both sides. And a whistle, and Aaron Chenault's going to call his 2nd timeout.
Timeout on the field.
That'll give both teams an opportunity to talk this critical play over. Several big catches made. Ty Austin has been just outstanding in his first game back from an injury. Nearing 200 receiving yards. But if they can't convert this 4th and 2, it'll all be for nothing. Offense comes back out. Little Miami stays in the huddle. And now they're ready. 1 more big pass. 1 more touchdown. 4th and 2. Game on the line. Rivers in the gun. 2 receivers each side. And a whistle is going to stop play just before. And Chenault's going to call the 2nd timeout on the same play. Apparently that's legal in high school. The 3rd and final timeout for Little Miami. They ran a 2nd off the clock. They'll put that back on. Just wanted to see what formation that Walnut would come out in, but it's no real surprise. It's that spread with 2 receivers on both sides. They've been doing all half. That has gotten them success through the air with the breakout game of quarterback Will Rivers, who needs one more big pass. No more timeouts. 4th in the game. Ball on the 13-yard line. Little Miami 20, Walnut Hills 14. Austin and Joshua Thornton left. Jeremiah Thornton, Mark Bronson right. Rivers in the gun. Snap to Rivers. Quick pass goes right side. It's caught. Mark Brunson taken down at about the 6. Pushed out of bounds with 11 seconds on the clock. 1st down, Eagles. Ball is spotted on the 9 with 10 seconds left. 1st and goal. Huddle's broken. And now they're going to line up in their double wing formation to get a heavy box. Rivers, back to pass. Left side, Austin catches it. And he's taken down at the 3. And the clock is going to run out, and that's going to be the ball game. Will Rivers looks for Austin, his main target. Austin could not get out of bounds, and he could not get into the end zone. And Walnut Hills falls about 2 yards short here in Morrow. An amazing game of football played between these two schools, as they always do. But in the end, Walnut is about 2 yards too short of a comeback victory. Final score, Walnut Hills 14, Little Miami 20. This has been Walnut Hills Football on Graham Sportscasting Channel.